At Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the largest United States military installation in the region, Patriot missile systems have been repositioned onto mobile truck launchers. The move, confirmed through independent satellite analysis, signals a heightened state of readiness as tensions with Iran have steadily escalated since January. This is not routine maintenance. Military analysts say the decision to mount missiles on mobile launch platforms rather than keep them in semi-static positions dramatically changes operational flexibility. In simple terms, the missiles can now move faster, strike faster, and evade faster. Al-Udeid is no ordinary base. It serves as a central hub for US air operations across the Middle East, housing thousands of personnel and advanced aircraft. Any shift in defensive posture there sends a message far beyond Qatar's borders. The repositioning comes amid rising frictions between Washington and Tehran. While no direct confrontation has unfolded, rhetoric has sharpened and regional maneuvers have intensified. In that environment, mobility equals survivability. Patriot systems are designed to intercept incoming aircraft and ballistic missiles. By placing them on truck-mounted launchers, commanders ensure they can be redeployed quickly if intelligence indicates an imminent threat. It also reduces vulnerability, making it harder for adversaries to target fixed sites. Satellite imagery is revealing a noticeable shift across key US military bases in the Middle East. At Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar, February 1 images show a significant air presence, including an RC-135 reconnaissance aircraft, 18 KC-135 Stratotankers, 7 C-17s, and multiple C-130s. That marks an increase from mid-January levels. Up to 10 Patriot air defense systems were also observed mounted on mobile HEMTT launchers. In Jordan, Muwafaq Air Base shows a concentration of strike power: 17 F-15E jets, 8 A-10 Thunderbolts, electronic warfare Growlers, and heavy transport aircraft, a sharp contrast to previous imagery showing little or no visible aircraft. Elsewhere, Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, and Dukhan in Oman all show increased aircraft activity compared to late January and December snapshots. Taken together, the images point to heightened operational readiness across the region. Defense experts note that such measures often reflect contingency planning rather than immediate action. Yet they also underline how seriously the Pentagon is treating potential escalation scenarios. Iran has repeatedly warned that it would respond forcefully to any direct attack on its territory. Meanwhile, US officials have emphasized deterrence and force protection across regional assets. In strategic terms, mobility alters the calculus. Fixed missile batteries can become predictable. Mobile launchers introduce uncertainty. They complicate targeting and extend operational reach. The decision may also reflect lessons learned from recent conflicts where static positions proved vulnerable to precision strikes and drone attacks. In a theater where missile technology continues to advance, adaptability is paramount. Washington has not issued a detailed public statement on the satellite findings. However, the visual evidence speaks clearly. Readiness has increased. Iran says it has fully replenished its missile stockpiles following 2 weeks of intense conflict last summer when Israel struck its nuclear facilities and other military targets, a campaign later joined by the United States. Iran now signals that its strategic arsenal has been restored, with underground missile complexes positioned near the capital as well as at Kermanshah, Semnan, and along the Gulf Coast. Satellite imagery is also drawing attention to naval movements. The Iranian drone carrier IRS Shahid Bakri was spotted at sea on January 27, roughly 5 kilometers off Bandar Abbas. It was again visible near the same port on February 10. As diplomatic channels strain and geopolitical rivalries harden, military preparedness is moving from background posture to visible action. Beneath the desert skies of Qatar, Patriot systems stand ready on wheels rather than concrete. In a region long defined by volatility, that mobility may prove decisive.
As Netanyahu lands in Washington, alarms are ringing across Tehran. Behind closed doors, Iran is scrambling, not for talks, but for leverage. Quiet meetings, regional proxies, and back-channel diplomacy are suddenly moving fast. And as Trump weighs his options, the Middle East may be sliding toward another dangerous moment. The timing could not be more explosive. As Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sits down with U.S. President Donald Trump, Iran is making urgent moves across the region. Diplomacy is active, but so is preparation. Tehran appears to be bracing for the possibility that talks may fail. At the center of this maneuvering is Iran's top security official, Ali Larijani. During a visit to Muscat, Oman, Larijani held talks not only with Omani leaders mediating between Washington and Tehran, but also with Mohammed Abdul Salam, the spokesman of Yemen's Houthi movement. That meeting raised immediate red flags. The Houthis are a key Iranian ally and a major pressure point in the region. The encounter comes despite repeated U.S. warnings for Iran to halt support for armed proxies operating across the Middle East. The talks in Oman are especially sensitive. They mark the first indirect negotiations between Iran and the United States since last year's brief but intense Iran-Israel confrontation, a conflict that nearly pulled the U.S. military directly into open war. Behind the scenes, Iran is also engaging Qatar next. According to Tehran, Larijani's visit to Doha will continue discussions aimed at de-escalation. But critics argue Iran is hedging, talking peace while preparing for pressure. Meanwhile, in Washington, Netanyahu is expected to press Trump hard on Iran. Israeli officials have long argued that Tehran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence must be confronted decisively, even militarily.